hurt, pain, beating, bruising, lashing out, and taunting gestures. Do you really know the meaning of torture? For it is cruel and unruly punishment. There are two definitions for torture. The first definition for torture is the use of pain to punish or force. The second definition means agony. Torture in any way should not be persuaded to anyone. There are three main reasons why I think torture should not be persuaded. Those reasons are that torturing someone could damage them long-term physically, long-term mentally, and long-term emotionally. Physically hurting someone could damage a life forever. You never know what state you could put a person in by simply hitting them the wrong way. Bullying is the number one form of torture in little children and teens. Physical torture is the same thing as what most people would call abuse. There are some people that may not be able to recover from a cracked spine or broken rib bone. Therefore, they will be physically damaged for the rest of their lives. Then there are those who are just lucky enough to pull through every mishap. There is such a thing as mental control. When you are able to control someone mentally, it is not hard for that person to begin to have mental effects on life, which can lead to long-term issues. Torture can lead to ongoing thoughts of suicide. Torture can lead to letting go of hopes and dreams. Torture can lead to thinking you are a nobody or thinking you are a failure from the start. And all of this comes from long-term mental abuse. None of this can just come overnight. It has to build up over time. My final reason is based on long-term emotional abuse. Long-term mental torture is what leads to long-term mental abuse. When you are emotionally broken down, it only leads to depression, oppression, anxiety, and etc. That is why it is never good to talk someone down or criticize too easily, because an emotional breakdown is no good for anyone. A long-term emotional breakdown is torture alone. Having to fight battles in the mind and not knowing how you are going to feel today or tomorrow is the worst feeling yet. Most people tend to think physical torture is the worst one of all. But in my opinion, emotional torture takes the toll on it all. In conclusion, torture should not be persuaded. Not only could it cause physical damage in the long run, but it could also cause mental and emotional damage as well. Would you really want to go on with life knowing that you have hurt someone this much and knowing that the person you hurt will no longer be the same because of you? I persuade you today to stand up and take action on bullying. Take action on abuse. Take action on torture. If we take action to stop torture, there will be no physical damage. There will be no mental damage. And there will be no emotional damage. Let us be the ones to stand up against torture when there is no one else doing so. We can make a difference by making a change. Thank you.